Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today I remembered I had some old Ninja Division Super Dungeon Explorer models. We've got the Crystal Shaper here today, and I realized I hadn't bothered to do a video on this yet, and I don't know why. I noticed the other day that Ninja Division actually has been really seriously plugging along at putting new products out and trying to get people's pledges out to them. I was quite happily surprised to see that. So, if you haven't checked out their website in a while, do take a look because they really have quite a lot of new stuff that I didn't even know existed. This model here, the Crystal Shaper, is part of their Masterclass series. These are all resin models. They do require you to build them. Some models are a little bit more complicated than others, so do keep that in mind. You see a nice little mold line there. For the most part, they're not a lot of pieces. You can see here, she consists of basically one piece, her staff, and then a little bit of crystals that are going to go on the base. Sadly, these are kind of boring bases. If you have access to a 3D printer or some nicer textured bases, I'd say go for it. There's not a whole lot here to make these bases very unique. In fact, I can't even tell if this is actually supposed to be a slot for the base or if it's just extra castings from the resin itself. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the bases. A lot of these I've just hit, grabbed a piece of tape, thrown a bunch of sand and dirt on, glued it down, and called it a day. We may do the same here. Staff looks a little bit bendy, but that's probably easy to fix. Also of interest I wasn't aware of until the other day when I was browsing the internet, as I'm often wont to do, is that Ninja Division actually has put out a whole new free rule set of a basically super dungeon skirmish game. So they have all sorts of new models that don't actually have cards or rules attached to them outside of this new skirmish game. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I haven't really had a chance to play anything for a while. But I might give it a try. I do know that I have a fair amount of painted chibi-style characters, so we might just give it a try. So give me a sec. I'll get her all glued together, and we'll grab some of our other hero models, and we'll see how they all stack up. Alright, I got our Crystal Shaper all cleaned up here and ready to go. So, looking at things, I went ahead and attached the crystals right there in her base, and I gotta say she cleaned up pretty well. A little bit cleanup there I guess I missed. And I gotta say she feels pretty sturdy when all is said and done. Oh boy, I didn't see that mold line on her head there. So pretty simple in terms of putting things together. And if you're curious how they stack up size-wise, I went and grabbed, well, they're the only plastic and resin Super Dungeon figures I have handy. So my good old Tabby Brook Mage here, and I can't ever remember this dude's name. Like a Seraphim or something? I don't remember. Dragon something or other. So you can see the resins pretty much are in line with each other, but they are a little bit smaller than the original plastics, so do be aware of that. And actually, I was so slow getting this video finished, I actually had the new White Knight Candy show up, so I figured we'd show her off as well. This is another one of those Super Dungeon models where I really like the design. I really like, I mean, she's cast well, but I don't know what the heck is going on with that pose. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to keep her in that slot. It's just, it's weird. Her shield was separate, but that's not a big deal, I think, for the most part. And if I can get her off her base there. So she's actually got her other foot tucked underneath there, so it's really hard to see, and it's really hard to get to because of the slotta base thing, for lack of a better word. So I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do with her in terms of basing, and because of that, she ends up looking a little on the smaller side, which is a shame. She's also kind of diagonal too, which really doesn't help things much. So something to keep aware of if you are looking to pick her up. I wanted to say she might be a limited edition model. I don't know for sure, but it also means that eventually, hopefully someday, Ninja Division / Soda Pop are trying to keep on top of things, and eventually we will actually, hopefully someday, have those pledges end up in our hands. Hopefully 2021 is the year, because 2020 certainly wasn't. So I'll put a link down below if you're curious about any of these models. And just remember, as always, and I gotta say, actually, the turnaround on her was really fast. Just remember that any and all of these purchases are going to help everybody make sure that we someday hopefully get those pledges actually delivered. And if the Soda Pop Ninja Division guys can pull that off, I mean, kudos to you. I will be happily impressed with that. I don't know what to do about this base, guys. I really don't know. It's bugging me. Our crystal shaper, everything turned out nicely. Candy, I'm a little bummed out because she does look a little small, but our witch hero here, the crystal shaper, is a little bit more poofy, voluminous hair. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should I trim her off that base and attempt to put something underneath there? I really can't tell. But I will leave it up to you folks. Let me know what you think. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.